Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you joined us today, or whenever you are joining us. I got to tell you, this is my most favorite thing to talk about, and which is why I was so glad when Reverend Robert, uh, we met at Starbucks one day, and he said, "You have to do Treasures from the Tao," and I love it. So I'm going to take the next 3 weeks and talk about what really is the Tao. What are we talking about here? Um, I became interested in Taoism in 1983, 84 when I entered ministerial school. But I had a lot of other things to do. So, but in the last 15, 20 years, I have not only become fascinated in it to study it just about every day, but to teach it as much as I can. So my dog Dewey, who is in the Tao and does whatever he wants, he's walking around, so you'll hear him, his toenails clicking. He's part of the Tao. And as Taoism would say, it just is what it is. So what is the Tao? So when people look at the word Tao, they typically say in America, Tao, which it can be pronounced that way, but it's really pronounced Dow like the Dow Jones, Dow, but it's spelled Tao. I know, it's just the way it is. So, what is the Tao? The Tao is literally the way, the way. So, Lao Tzu, and we'll put this up at the end of our time together. Lao Tzu, who is the great sage of Taoism, he's really the number one, and then there's others, but he really is. He wrote in the Tao Te Ching, follow the Tao and live in harmony, cultivate character and develop your highest potential. Te and Tao are the way of life. Abandon either and live in confusion. So the Tao is literally the way to live in harmony in your everyday life. And I have to tell you, that's been my experience as I've really embraced Taoism. Like so many other qualities of the divine, it's not definable. And as soon as we define it, we're limiting it, and then we're not really describing it. However, using the words that we have available to us. The Tao is like the supreme reality. It's the source of all living beings, what Lao Tzu called anything that's created in the land of 10,000 things, which cracks me up because we all have so much more than that. The source of anything that's created in the outer world is the Tao. And it is pervasive. There is no place really in this universe, let alone especially the planet, where we cannot not tap into the Tao, because it's that which is literally pulsating itself through each of us. It's the power of the universe out of which you and I live and move and have our being, as Dr. Ernest Holmes would say from the Science of Mind philosophy. The Tao stands for harmony, and harmony is the very basis, if you will. It's the very heartbeat of this thing called Taoism or the Tao. And don't we all want to live in harmony? I know we love our stories, and the truth is, can you imagine if we all just went around and we'd see each other, we go, "How you doing today?" and go, "I am living in such balance. I live in harmony. I am so happy. I'm prosperous. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have everything I want." And then somebody would say, "Well, you're not telling the truth." I've done that. And it's really fun to watch people's responses. To live in harmony is to live your natural way of being. So the Tao is the first cause with no ending and no beginning. No ending and no beginning. So life is eternal. And the wonderful thing about the Tao, it's it doesn't animate, if you will. It just is. It just is. It does nothing. And then it begins with our thinking. It does begin to co-create through our lives. Everything, whether it's a glass case or a phone or a drink, a cup, everything is first created in the Tao. So the Tao asks us, and this is so hard for so many of us, myself included, asks us to be open to experiences beyond words. And one of the things as a New Thought minister that I've said for 35 years since I've been doing this is we live in a multi-dimensional universe. So to say this is it is simply not true. It could be someone's opinions. Taoism teaches us, and this is humbling, Taoism teaches us that we have to be out of our minds to become enlightened. Wow. Very healthy to get out beyond our mind. Taoism says, stop believing what you're thinking. Stop believing what you're thinking. So if you're experiencing prosperity challenges, which is so common to so many people, stop thinking about the struggle. And Taoism invites us to let go. So the heartbeat of Taoism is harmony. And Taoism really is not a philosophy, nor is it a religion, which is something I so love. And I say this from the space of being a New Thought minister. Taoism is really an exploration into the nature of existence. You know, we're supposed to live in harmony. We're supposed to be happy. Some of you may have heard this story before. I'll never forget this. I was the senior minister in Colorado Springs at the Center for Spiritual Living, and I was standing in line, a very long line at Starbucks, and I was having a great conversation with this guy behind me. We were laughing and chatting and, just talking about our day. And he looked at me and he said, "So do you live here? I mean, what are you doing here in Colorado Springs?" And I went, "Oh, well, just 2 blocks over, I am the senior minister of the Center for Spiritual Living over there." And he looked at me and he said, "You don't mean that place where they teach happiness, do you?" And I looked at him and I said, "Well, isn't that what we want? Don't we all want to live in happiness and harmony?" He went, "Yeah, but it's impossible." And I said, that's where you and I disagree. No matter what's going on, we can stay in harmony with our own heart and with our own soul. And Taoism teaches us how to do that. Because Taoism asks us to empty ourselves. Now, we've just come through an election year, and so many people, myself included, had so many opinions about so many things. And when I realized that there were times when I was getting really riled up, I just had to stop and go, I'm going to choose harmony over my opinions. And it's been a life practice for me. Who am I to say that that person is doing their life wrong or incorrect, or it's just a what is? And certainly in my own life, so many people could go, "Oh my God, what is she doing?" I'm doing my life. It's a path. And we all do it in our own special way. So we're asked to empty ourselves. We're asked to empty our opinions, our thoughts, and stop believing what we're thinking. So one of the things about the Tao or the way is that in order to really be happy, to really live in harmony, is to ask ourselves, What is happening right here, right now? And if you don't like what's happening right here, right now, then you get to change that. It's it's that simple. You change your perception or you change your outer conditions. But what is happening right here, right now? So the Tao teaches how to be in harmony right here, right now. I used to do a workshop called Time is of the Essence, because for those of you who've been following me, you know that time is very important to my teachings in the world. I have come to believe that how we hold time determines the quality of our lives. It determines our prosperity. It determines our connection with others. It determines our health. So, time, when we bring ourselves to right here, right now, and just literally let go of any struggle and step into our breath, we are stepping into the Tao. We are stepping into the Tao. And there's no better place. So in my workshop called the essence of time, I used to have a process, a meditation. I don't have time in this 15 minutes that we have together, where I would do a really deep meditation. And in it, I would say, where's your left foot? Where's your right foot? Where's your butt? Where's your back? Where's the front of you? Where's your left hand? Where's your right hand? And walk up through the whole body. Where's your head? Until a sweet little old lady who's I'm now at that age came up to me and said, I wish, Reverend, you wouldn't use that word that describes the back of us. I went, oh, okay. But I think it's true. You can ask while you're in the Tao. If you're struggling with something, ask yourself, where's my butt right now? Where am I? Am I in the future? Am I in the past? I want to be in the now. Be in your next breath and be empty and stop believing your thoughts. So the wisdom of the Tao tells us that the natural state of the mind is to be peaceful, and the natural state of the heart is to be joyful. So what is it that brings you joy? What is it that brings you peace? And if you're not experiencing that, if you're in some kind of struggle, what would have to happen for you to empty yourself out, stop believing any thoughts you're thinking that hold you in struggle, and move you into a place of harmony? Because the opposite of struggle is harmony. When we are suffering, two things are happening. One, we're confused, or two, we are attached to a belief or a story. And we all love our stories. They define us, but they really don't define us. They can hold us in bondage away from our natural state of being, which is the Tao. So this week, what are your stories? What are the stories you have about yourself? What, especially your struggling stories? What is it that you love to tell all the time? And you can say to yourself, wow, I've been telling this story for a very long time. And I think I'm going to tell a different story now as I step greater into the Tao. This week, have fun. Notice your stories, notice your beliefs, and ask yourself, where am I right here? Am I in the future? Am I in the past? And if for some reason I'm not comfortable where I am right now, make the change. You can do this. I promise you, your natural state of being, your natural state of existence is to live in harmony. Have a great week. Please wear your mask. We still have a pandemic. Stay healthy and know how loved you are. Thanks for joining me today.